So welcome on the next OVP Open Virtualization Pro webinar. This time I have a privilege to have a guest, Zbigniew Pawłys from the Red Hat.
Welcome.
Give me 5, man. Hello. The subject is how to set up, it should be virtual environments, but we don't have enough space here. But how to set up virtual environments with Red Hat Satellite. So Red Hat Satellite will be our, let's say, the major reason why we'll have a presentation and a live demo.
Yes.
Few words about Zbigniew. Zbigniew is one of the greatest experts that I know in the last decade. You know, we met when you've been on a customer side. Right now you're working at Red Hat. Glad to have you and one of the experts from the open virtualization. So what's the plan for today's session, Zbigniew?
At the beginning, try to describe what is Red Hat Satellite, and at the end of the presentation I run some small demo.
Okay.
How to set up your virtual machine with only Red Hat Satellite without any other tools.
Okay, the satellite is connected with the cloud, or it was before the cloud was
yes,
famous.
This environment is cut off from the internet. Is closed to our how to say demo systems, but generally Red Hat Satellite is stay between internet and your internal network.
Okay, so let's go.
As a single point of, for example, distribution, new packages, etc., etc. Okay, let's start. So, in shortly described, the Red Hat Satellite is platform to manage patching, provisioning, subscriptions, etc. of your whole environment. Generally, it's used to manage Red Hat product, but not only. If you have planned to using this product to the community version, for example, CentOS, etc., it's of course you can do this because generally satellite based on Foreman project, which is open source community project to manage your systems.
Okay, but manage, of course, more the Linux ecosystem.
Generally, yes.
A little bit talking about the Windows.
Some capabilities, for example, remote installation can install anything. Can install VMware, can install Windows, etc., etc. Of course, to the fully managed, it's not product created to manage, for example, VMware.
So definitely the Linux space. We'll concentrate on it.
Yes,
okay.
we concentrate to the Linux world. Okay, let's start. What can you do with the Red Hat Satellite? You can manage infrastructure, you can streaming content, you can deploy, you can integration, you can, for example, and build some enhancement security enhancement to remote manage. The basic concept of the Red Hat Satellite is content manage. What it means? It means if you need to have central repository for all your Linux, for your Red Hat Linux, for all your CentOS Linux, etc., the Red Hat Satellite give you capabilities to build, how to say, one big place. We have all your packages already downloaded. You do not need to download additional packages directly for your systems. This naturally solves the problem in biggest organization, how to avoid access your critical system directly to the internet to acquiring, for example, new version of some packages because there is a security issue in these packages.
So the first reason is that I don't want to put all of my critical system on a web.
Yes.
So I don't want to get the access. So I'm using the one repository to manage for all of the.
Exactly.
I'm curious about the curation of content. It's more about, it's like the marketing.
Well,
it's using the curation of the content. I'm trying to. Could you explain a little bit?
It's mean you have whole, how to say, capabilities to check these packages, to check the version, to, for example, promote your content between testing stage and production stage.
Okay.
There is the queue of this point. You have fully predictable flow, from example, from your development environment through your test environment and stopping on your production environment. Okay, next slide. Patch management. You have, of course, because you have repository to patching, you can, for example, start patching directly from the satellite. You got some reports about what is the patching status of your environment. You can create group of your system based, for example, of your critical capabilities to using this application. Of course, with the Red Hat Satellite, you have quick, time to market. If is some critical issue, the Red Hat Satellite can on demand synchronize your repository. Then you have directly access from satellite to the latest security patches.
Okay, so let's have an example. So let's say we have 100 of the VMs or 100 of the physical servers. We have some security breach. We just downloaded, tested, and we promoted this context to the 100 as in a few clicks. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
Provisioning management. As I mentioned, you can, for example, install not only Linux, just in my opinion, every operating system which have capabilities to the network installation. Of course, the installation process of the Linux, especially on the Red Hat Linux, is fully automated. You can, for example, import into the satellite non-provisioning host. What it means? You can start many servers from a small ISO. This small ISO have built-in IP address of your Red Hat Satellite, and in the console of the Red Hat Satellite you see the servers which is non-provisioning, then doesn't have, for example, any operating system.
Okay.
And after this, you can automate to install this operating system.
With Ansible or the other, let's say, option to orchestrate?
Ansible need to already install it operating system.
Okay.
You have, for example, Red Hat Linux, you have Exchange SSH keys, then you have managed through the Ansible. Pure Ansible doesn't have capabilities to install operating system directly on bare metal machine, for example.
Okay.
Subscription management. If you're using Red Hat products, for example, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, then you want to easy manage of your already buying subscription. The Red Hat Satellite have capabilities to easy for example, monitor use of this subscription, have, for example, easy reporting which subscription is used on which machine, etc., etc. Of course, you can create reports about the subscription consumption. Additional capabilities. As I mentioned, Red Hat Satellite have built-in Ansible, which is the best, in my opinion, automatization tool in the world.
You don't have a choice.
I have choice because we still have built-in Puppet as an automation tool. Many of capabilities to automate still using pure Puppet receipts, but many of new features is using by only as a Ansible playbooks.
It's important right now. I understand why the Metallica, chose the Master of Puppets in '86. So I understand that they predict the future, how to orchestrate the crowd. The question from my side: where is the place for the satellite? So where I should considering satellite in my environment, and when not? Yeah, where I'm not ready to have this kind of capabilities.
Not ready. For example, if you have a very small environment, I don't know, 10, 20 virtual machines. Second, you have not aware about security environment. For example, you have exposed your virtual machine to the direct access to the internet. Third, you don't want to automatize any processes because you are like to manually manage all your virtual machines in your environments. There is three, in my opinion, key points about what you need to know have satellite.
Okay, let's move forward.
The last, in my opinion, very unique capabilities is to use the OpenSCAP scanner built in the Red Hat satellite, which is can check your operating system according to the rules, for example, PCI DNS, etc., and create a report or create some playbooks to fix your systems according to these rules. As I mentioned, the Red Hat satellite using standard operation environment. What does it mean? There is a standard set of your software packages which can you promote between, for example, 3 stages on your environment, from developer through the test to the production. Security, you can easy access to information about my system is already patching or not. And the last thing about I mentioned is how easy get information about subscription utilization. Okay. How satellite works? Generally, many of small installation using all-in-one satellite server, which have GUI, web-based GUI, which have CLI based on command hammer, and have, of course, multi-tenancy, rollback access control based on role, etc., etc. In biggest installation, or in, for example, very strange network configuration, you can use separate capsule. Separate capsule is a small part of the Red Hat satellite, which have just only, repositories.
Okay.
And capabilities to, for example, automation this partially or not disconnected environment.
So in most cases, we have a Red Hat server and Red Hat satellite and the capsule in one.
Yes.
Okay, but we can promote.
We can
more
scale out this environment.
Capsule.
Yes,
okay.
through the capsule.
I think we'll have some scenarios to explain
yes.
it.
Okay. So there is a first most common scenario. Is some company which is have data center in Atlanta and want to implement Red Hat satellite with built-in capsule. There is a small environment, but this capability, in my opinion, the best scenario is cutting off your virtual machine directly from the internet. Okay, this company was grow. Buy some bare metal servers or virtual servers in some cloud operator. To avoid traffic between data center Atlanta and cloud-based infrastructure, then create Red Hat satellite capsule in this same environment. They growing, still growing. They build in big data center in Phoenix. In this data center, the customer need to high availabilities to the Red Hat satellite, which is done by provisioning 2 capsules and put it between 2 capsules, simple load balancer. If one of capsule is broken or something like this, this load balancer directly redirect traffic from the clients to the second capsule server. But in some of cases, one part of environment of this company is completely disconnected from internet, from security reason. For example, I don't know, some automation, some robotic laboratory, some analytics laboratory, medics, for example, laboratory, which for security reason must be disconnected from internet. How manage this environment? There is some model called disconnected capsule, which contact between internet and this cut-off environment is done by moving through the, for example, pen drive.
This is not tricky, but an interesting scenario, because more and
Yes.
more right now, the security guys and data protection guys talking about how to build the air gap.
Exactly.
I thought a few years ago that it's only the talks, but I see more and more customers actually using this type of the topology to have fully out of networks,
Yes.
build the physical environments.
The biggest challenge is how to manage this environment, how to set up this environment, how to patch this environment,
Yes.
etc., etc. And this is the answer for all of this question.
Okay, good one.
So, this company has some small developer team, which is completely independent from the rest of the company. They manually manage of your system, they're manually patching your system, etc., etc.
You're talking about the DevOps or the developers? You know?
Well, developers,
So
just developers.
So even the Red Hat
Just
guys see that they are the different guys. So they're
Just-
sitting somewhere in the company.
Just developers without any operational skills.
Okay.
So every of this scenario can be done by single satellite server, single web console, which is a very powerful tool to manage patching, automatize, etc., etc., whole your aspect of your environment. Okay, what is new features in satellite 6.6?
So sorry, just stop. If you have 6.6, so how many years this satellite is with us today?
Wow, it's old project. I start with satellite version 5, which is completely different than this
Okay.
satellite. It's about 10 years ago.
Okay.
I think-
When you said old, I was worried that it's older than me, but I feel safe right now.
Yes. So the biggest improvement is in the automation, reporting, and support. Before the version 6.4, when I look in the reporting list, there is a very sad, empty web page. There is only button create the new report, which is not easy to do because the report is created in Ruby language. From the version 6.5, there is a set of templates which can you use it, modify it, and build your own based on this reporting as a template. Okay, automatization. We upgrade built-in Ansible to 2.8. We have built the new roles which is built into the satellite. For example, the new role is OpenSCAP checking system, what I mentioned before. OpenSCAP, there is a tool to check your system according to some security rules. Reporting. Now you can schedule sending reporting, for example, to your bosses about using of your Red Hat subscription, of your, I don't know, patching level, etc., etc. Second is automatically sending every day, for example, reporting about what new errata your environment need to be installed to be secure. Support. Is very deep integration in our cloud, how to say, part of offering, which is named Red Hat Insight.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very powerful tool which can acquire some small port information from your system, sending into the Red Hat network cloud, then this information was automatically analyzed and produced some response based on, for example, utilization, configuration, etc., and can create some rules to fix up your system.
Okay, so that means that we send in the data to the Insight, and Insight giving us a hint
Yes.
about what kind of the rules we should apply.
Yes,
on a satellite.
not only hints. Insight can create Ansible playbooks
Okay.
to do the automatically, directly on through the, for example, satellite.
Nice one, nice one.
Okay, the last thing, the satellite have built-in image builder based on our new tool called Buildach. The last thing is modernize the desktop according to our old product based on Butterfly.
I'm more curious about the t-shirts, yes? So how you understand the t-shirts here, the small, medium and large.
I show you, if you create some virtual machine then you put just simple information. There is a small virtual machine,
Okay.
there is a medium or large virtual machine.
Kind of the templates,
Exactly,
yes?
Exactly. It's similar approach to the OpenStack.
Okay.
When you have some flavors of your size of your virtual machines.
So I think
Okay.
we could go, I don't want to cut the next slide, but I think we should finalize the presentation from the cloud providers. It's an
exactly.
important one.
Yes.
And then go to the live
Yes,
demo.
yes. As I mentioned, you can put some capabilities to using cloud providers as a extend your own environment. There is a list of cloud providers which is directly supported. Is AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Engine, Alibaba, and of course IBM Cloud. Some some cloud providers is fully supported, all parts. Some this cloud providers need to be done something directly through the own cloud tools.
So I understand in provisioning here is that I can change the configuration of the...
Yes, you can manage, but for example, for Azure you cannot provision. You can using for example Azure CLI to provision some virtual machine, but the rest part of this integration is already done. Okay, so the next step is end resource. There is some small set of links. There is a free technical overview. It's available on Udemy platform, and we have own full 4 or 5 day training, RH 403, which gives you ability to be a satellite administrator.
I will check if we have it on Udemy. I have a Udemy on my side. You can go on a live demo. Just satellite technical overview.
That's
yeah,
all.
I will prove it.
That's all. I create some small demo. In this demo, I show you how in easy way set up your virtual machine based on pure KVM using libvirt tool as a provider to manage a virtual machine. Okay, there is. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. There is a UI of the Red Hat satellite. There is a many option. Many is. It's not easy to set a product, but it's a very powerful product. What I can show you? I have two connection directly to the virtualization engine based on, as I mentioned, libvirt. But of course, if you can manage other virtualization provider, there is a list which is supported. It's EC2, Google Cloud Engine, libvirt, of course. Major of virtualization platform like Red Hat Virtualization and VMware. It's easy to using because there is some small offset field to field. I don't know where is your vCenter, what is the name of the administrator, password, etc., etc. That's all. In this demo, I'm using pure KVM. I show you.
Okay, so we have a libvirt.
Yes. There is a direct connection to the libvirt. Display type is VNC, and the custom password is disabled because I'm using SSH key as authorization. Okay, I have set of operating system. In this demo, I'm using Red Hat 8. There is information about what is supported platform, which installation media I can use, some templates, etc., etc. In this demo, I'm using the network start. Okay, so there is some machines, some physical or virtual machines. The type model Bosch, it means pure KVM. I create new host. New virtual machine, basic of the capabilities. This machine was named SAT Web Miner. I'm using the host group rel 8, which I show you on the before screen. And in my opinion, that's all.
Just get rid of the M, webinar, web miner.
Whatever.
It will be a different one. Okay, good one.
Okay, so I show you the process. As you see, I didn't show you before. This host was completely empty. At this moment, satellite connect directly to the libvirt and start the new virtual machine. And now I show you the screen of the libvirt using viewer. Give me a second. Here you are. There is a screen. As you see, the satellite start this virtual machine, start from network using PXE protocol. There is a just simple start of virtual machine. In next step, I show you.
So I understand this scenario is giving us the approach that we don't need to keep the golden images.
Yes.
Every time we just, you know, have up-to-date ready packages from the satellites.
Exactly.
And easily, you know,
yes.
run it on demand.
Exactly. You have the same set of packages based on standard operation environment like in rest of your environment. Yes, you don't need to build the virtual machine for the golden image, patching this virtual machine, anonymize this virtual machine, and create new golden image based on current version of the operating system. And so, at this moment, Anaconda create the new file system, and in few seconds start normal installation, like I don't know, through the CD-ROM installation on the new virtual machine.
The biggest environment with the satellite that you've seen?
In Poland, more than 2,000 virtual machines.
Okay. So definitely it's worth to automate it, this
Exactly.
process.
Exactly. This is definitely a tool to can easy help.
Okay, so we have a 434
Yes,
packages, but
there is a normal installation. It's called small installation. This installation was about 5 to 6 minutes, and after this the server was automatically rebooted, and after this you can see the normal login screen.
Okay.
The installation was finished, the server was automatically restarted, and in a second we just simple login into this new server.
Do you know the password?
Yes, I know. I put this password in the configuration. Here you are.
Okay, there we go.
Completely new virtual machine in, I don't know, 5-6 minutes.
And I like this name because everybody will know that it's not the webinar, but Webminar is our it's our machine from from the OVP webinar. So glad to have it. Zbigniew, and anything else from the live demo perspective?
I didn't prepare this, but in this moment I can run some Ansible playbooks to do something with this machine. For example, install I don't know, Insight module.
So maybe just show where, do not execute because we are running out of time.
Yes.
But showing the example.
There is an example in this machine. The Insight client was already installed just during the installation. After pure installation, the Ansible will connect to this virtual machine and install the rest of the packages, which is depend from the Insight client perspective.
Okie doke. So I think we finish, like in a clock, 40 minutes. So we have 1 minute left. So thank you. That was the first impression and the first webinar about the Red Hat Satellite with Zbigniew Paweł from the Red Hat. If you have any question, if you would like to go deep dive in a subject, just let us know, comment, put the likes or dislikes, whatever, just react on our webinar. It's important from the community to get the knowledge in which direction we should go. I'm really happy because all of our webinars have more and more attendees and more viewers on a YouTube channel. Zbigniew, anything else from your side, my friend?
It's not easy product to set up, but if you can spend some part of your time to correctly implement this solution will help you to care about your environment.
Zbigniew, not only satellite it's not easy, life is not easy from time to time.
True.
So thank you for your time. Thank you for
too.
all of the attendees. Stay in touch and see you on one of the next Open Virtualization Pro webinars.
See you.
Stay in touch.